kiss to start.
You taste like Marmite still.
Marmites. Marmites.
You taste like Marmite.
Hello and welcome to another booktube video from me, Lauren, from Lauren and the Books. Look at my hand on your shoulder.
No, I've got such a big head.
This is my boyfriend David. You all know him. Here he is. He's got his special hat on. I bought him this hat for Christmas. Would you say it was your best Christmas present?
Yeah.
Do you mean it honestly?
Yeah.
I think it's the one I've seen you using or wearing the most.
Yeah.
He's very fond of it. He feels like he's in the Peaky Blinders. Agreed?
Oh, I am a Peaky Blinder.
Oh, I am. That was a rubbish Brummy accent.
Oh, I can't do a Brummy accent.
Oh, that was, I don't know, offensive.
I'm Tommy Shelby.
Lovely. Today you join us for my next episode in Lit Chat. I will link these cards down below. These are cards, there's 100 here, and they've got all sorts of different discussion topics with regards to books. We've pre-picked one today because David has a very specific amount of books, like things you'd like to talk about, really, isn't there, with regards to books? He hasn't read any books this year.
Shit this
so,
year. If
anything, everyone encourage him to actually read a book.
I mean, encouragement, but don't tell me off.
Also, you're not in work Friday and Monday, so you should read a book. By the end of Monday, I'd like you to have started a book. That's not too much to ask, is it?
I don't know.
Etc. The question we are discussing today is from the book The Catcher in the Rye. It's not from the book, but they're all decorated like these books.
Is there any, do you know if there's any like particular links between this and the question?
There is, but I won't tell you, because that's exciting for everyone to find out.
Oh, okay.
The question is, what book would you love to see as a movie or a television series? And the second part of that question is, who would you want to make that movie or television series? Pick your dream cast.
Oh, I've not
So
really
we're
thought
going to
about
pick,
cast.
we'll start with David. Have you got the book ready?
No, you never told me to get the book ready.
Well, I've got mine ready. Where is it?
It should just be down there. There's
Be
two
right
of them.
back. So David, what have you picked?
I picked The Impossible Fortress. Whoop. There we go. This guy. The reason I picked this is that it's 80. Oh, I've got to hold it up like that.
Well, yeah. Just because I don't want you to, you talk like this otherwise.
I do, don't I? I get a sore arm. So this film is based in, excuse me, it's based in the 80s, and it's about a group of kids, and they want to get a copy of Playboy because it's the woman who hosts, who works on the Price is Right or something like that in America, and obviously they're all underage, so they devise a plan to break into a shop, into like a little corner shop, and steal all these Playboys, and it just escalates, and it gets to the point where they promise everyone in school, so they end up getting like probably I think about $150 to $200, quite a lot for little boys back in the 80s of that time, and they've got to get it for everyone in class. So there's a big demand, and they try and get in some high schoolers, and then you have people working undercover in the shops. It's very good. And I just think with the whole like Stranger Things vibe.
Yeah, so you're very into like 80s things, aren't you? Your favourite film ever is
Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. So things that set in the 80s are your fave anyway.
Exactly. I mean, look at my t-shirt that I'm wearing. It's got VCRs on it with things from like the 80s and 90s time. I'm a very retro guy. What?
You're a very silly boy.
Yeah.
So who do you think should? I mean, I don't know anything about directors. Do you?
No, I think like one of the king of the 80s films, like Steven Spielberg, would obviously be an obvious choice for something like that, and it would just fit it perfectly because it is along. Or the guys who actually direct the Stranger Things, they're they're the brothers. I know it begins with D, I forget their name, but they would be good because they've done Stranger Things. And this would work equally as well as a TV or a movie. So
the main cast, how many? So 3 boys are the main cast, or?
So there's 4 boys. Is there 4 boys? There's 4 boys, and then there's a girl who's the love interest for one of the boys. And then you've got some like older high schoolers. There's a lot.
So who would you cast?
I would cast because they've got to be young kids. I would cast the Stranger Things lot.
So basically, what you're saying,
The
the message from this video is that why don't we put this book down and you can just watch Stranger Things again?
Or they just make this the next series of Stranger Things. This book.
I don't think it's as spooky or a Stranger Things, is it?
It'd be fun though. It'd be fun.
Oh, good. Right, well that's good then. So a TV series or a film?
I would go for, let's go for a film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think. And it would just be really good fun. Get some cool music in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
I'm
well,
excited.
I've not read this. I keep saying I'll read it. My backlog is as long as I don't even know what. It's the Britannica Encyclopedia, my backlog of things that I need to read. So I sadly won't be reading this.
Read, though.
But yeah, I'm glad you enjoyed it so much. And yeah, that was The Impossible Fortress by Jason Rukalak. The book I have picked is one that I've been going on about recently, and that is Big Bones by Laura Dockrill. This is a YA book about a young girl, a Bluebell, who goes by the name BB, which also stands for Big Bones. She is a bigger girl and she doesn't give a shit. She loves food, and this is told as a food diary. So she goes to the doctors because she's suffering from asthma, and they tell her she's got to start keeping a food diary, and each bit is a story, like a part of her life told from a food. So for instance,
from a food point of view,
yeah, so like a patronising pastry,
I like pastries.
Tuna, muffins, pomegranate. So it might be that it's a memory of her when she was a child, and then something to do with like eating pomegranate when she was a child, or it might be something that's happening now and she's eating brownies with the guy she's got a crush on in the cafe that she works in, and things like that. I feel like this, and I feel like I just missed the boat with Tracy Beaker. So Tracy Beaker is a very successful like children's ongoing series, isn't it, about a girl in care, and she was about, I'd say probably probably started about 8 or 9, would you think?
I can't remember.
And
I can
like
only remember her being a teenager.
Yeah, it was just slightly too young for me. Not that this would be any, like, so I never really watched it, but I feel like this would make a great series. There's so many different chapters and stories in here that can be explored and expanded on. And yeah, I just feel like it would be really great, and like there's something for everyone in here. There's really, really funny bits in it. There's really, really sad bits, and I just feel like it's got all the makings of an amazing TV series, and I feel like adults and children would enjoy it both, because it's such a good message. And I also feel like you don't see I feel like I know that you don't see many actresses or you don't see many actors on TV that are a bigger size.
No.
So like you don't see many people looking like me and you on the telly, do you, Pooh?
No, well they should do, because we're bloody gorgeous.
Oh, lovely, gorgeous. So yeah, I feel like that would be a really, really great
Any idea who you would have?
No, because I didn't realise that was a question. So let's have a think. Can you think of any actors?
I got told for being unprepared.
Yeah, sorry. Can you think of any actors?
What, to play the girl?
So the main cast is, so the main girl is Bluebell. She's got a best friend, and her mum and dad are in it as well. Her dad's older than her mum, and he's a bit sort of hapless.
So this is teenage,
yeah.
Teenage. I don't really know many
I don't really know any
actors.
No, nor do I.
I
can't think of anyone. But if anyone's got any ideas, then please do write them below. If you know of any girls, plus size actors that
it's terrible. We should, I feel like I should know.
But that just goes to show, doesn't it, that there's not that many out there. But yeah, I feel like this would be a really, really, really great idea. So yeah, also if you want to, if that does end up happening and you want to tip a bit of money my way for suggesting it, then you're welcome. The last thing I wanted to mention, because I can't do one of these videos without mentioning Harry Potter, is I've got a bit of a dream in my life where what I would like to happen, and this is a complete like dream, this is never going to happen, but in my wildest dreams this would be amazing, that they remade the Harry Potters, and instead of them being films, they did an hour episode per chapter.
Chapter?
Yeah. So every single, so there will be like hundreds of, like, I mean, I don't really know how many chapters.
Yeah, but there's some, isn't there like a chapter based on like
cleaning a house?
Yeah.
Yeah, but then we'd get the detail that we want. No character would go unseen, and I just feel like for fans, I know it's never going to happen. Like, I'm not saying, oh, I've heard this is going to happen.
Cancel it. I
bet this happens. But that would be my absolute wildest dream, that they redid that. And it was done, and they got all the details, so everything they missed out of the films, which in some cases are vast swathes of paper, like masses of characters and things like that. And that way, everyone who was in the books gets in the films, and you can go into such detail about things.
Who would you have play Dumbledore? Because you're obviously, I know this is all just hypothetical, but your only issue there is the fact that it would be very tough to do that, because if you're doing it a series per episode, per chapter, then you're going to have to change characters. You'll have to change actors, because you just wouldn't have enough time. Because because this is all like pie and sky. It's going to happen. I know, but this is what I'm saying. It's the fact that it wouldn't really work great, because you'd have to constantly change actors.
You wouldn't change actors in my wildest dreams. I'm saying this is like the dream.
Yeah, I know.
So nothing's like, there's no actual, we've got to get this all filmed within a year. In my head, it's the same three that played Harry, Ron and Hermione, and Michael Gambon would be Dumbledore as well.
That would be impossible.
I know it would be impossible. I'm not saying it's, but that's what in my wildest dreams that's what would happen.
Okay.
What about you? Have you got anything you would like to see?
Impossible Fortress.
Impossible
redone.
Fortress, yeah.
I would always. I wouldn't want to see it done, but I often think about if they was to ever remake Back to the Future.
That's not a book, though, Bo.
No, it's not a book. Well, I mean, no, you're right. It's not a book.
What about some classics? Mary Poppins, they're remaking that at the moment. They're doing a sequel.
They're just doing a sequel, and I'm
Winnie the Pooh, you're excited about that?
I'm very excited for Winnie the Pooh.
So there's some ones that you've got coming up that you're excited about.
So you mean them redoing a film that was
originally a book? That was
originally a book. Oh, maybe the first Hunger Games. I thought the first movie was rubbish.
Oh, I quite like the first movie.
I enjoyed the first book, didn't like the first movie, hated the second book, loved the second movie, which is very odd. And I haven't been bothered with the third one. Film or book.
We watched the first version of the third one, because the third film was split into three.
No, I haven't seen it.
Who did I watch that with then?
Not me. Another boy.
Yeah, he was lovely.
No, we watched, unless you're getting confused
with... He was lovely. Not Divergent, no.
Oh, all right.
Now I'm starting to think I went with Emily and Jenny to the cinema.
Good.
Well, yeah, so that is the answer to our question. If you guys would like to join in with the discussion, as I always enjoy guys joining in with the discussion, the questions are: what book would you love to see as a movie or television series, and who would you want to make that movie or television series, and pick your dream cast. I will write that question down below in the details. Would love to hear from you all, what all you guys think. David, it's been lovely having you here. Do you think you'll come back?
Nah.
Never?
Nah, probably not now.
Never ever. And we will see you all again soon for another BookTube video. Goodbye!